Is the LEGO Technic The Batman Batcycle set number 42155 really worth $50? Let's find out. This set impressed me a lot. In fact, I think it is one of the best Technic motorcycles ever. But first, let's start with the box. It has a very cool design and the back just shows some of the motorcycle's features. Let's open it up and see what's inside. We get 641 pieces packed in 2 numbered bags. We also get a thick and a thin tire. The wheel discs themselves look gorgeous. The instructions are quite nice and detailed. Fortunately, we get absolutely no stickers in this set. The building process starts with the following small frame built out of a bunch of smaller pieces, and we simply insert the pistons here. Following that, some engine block pieces are added to complete the H4 engine. A few Technic pins go into the engine blocks so that we can add another frame here to secure the engine. Now comes the fun part. We connect the modules with two 24-tooth gears. Now, the engine functions as a single unit. This small section here uses some system bricks to act as the spacer between the two biscuit pieces. It is a very interesting building technique, and it simply attaches to the engine at 90 degrees, so that we are able to connect the chain here. So far, the engine looks absolutely phenomenal. Next, this section with a bunch of lift arms is built up, and it just attaches to the bottom of the engine. The engine is secured with some more lift arms on one side. This rectangular module will connect the engine to the rear wheel. It attaches to the side and it's secured with a small black shock absorber. The articulation here is pretty nice. This small section connects on top of the engine. Then, we simply add another section to secure the gears. On the other side, the chassis is secured further with Technic linkers. Another tiny section is added. Then, we build the wheel module using 2 discs stacked together and a thick tire to cover them. I love playing with top spinners. We just connect it to the back, followed by adding a chain. Spinning the back wheel will now activate the engine. With a few lift arms, the wheel is secured further. Another shock absorber is added, along with a few other miscellaneous items. We extend and connect the exhaust pipes on both sides of the engine. The first bag is complete. The next stage begins by adding a paneled section to the bottom. Another paneled module is connected, but this time on top of the chassis. It is secured with an axle. Next, this section with a bunch of 1x3 beams is added to the top. This is very interesting for a Technic set since we need to build up 2 modules made entirely out of system bricks. These attach to the sides, covering the beautiful engine. What a shame. Let's pivot to building the front wheel, which has 2 of the long shock absorbers in black. This is very simply connected to the front. The side pins are covered with some system tiles, and we add a headlight module onto the front of the motorcycle. And before we take a closer look at the motorcycle, I'd like to ask you one question. Would you like to see my review of the LEGO Technic Peugeot Hypercar early? Then make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. No pressure though, no pressure. This motorcycle is truly amazing. You can launch it with your hand and it'll actually hold its balance decently well. This is largely a result of the thicker tire at the back. On top of that, I greatly appreciate the engine. You can see the top half quite easily just by taking off the system elements. You can see the entire engine in action by simply removing the exhaust pipes, but it's a little trickier to do, and at this point, you're messing with the aesthetics of the motorcycle. However, if I were the designer of this set, I would leave the engine completely exposed, since it's just an absolute beauty to look at. And I would even argue that the system engine cover is completely unnecessary. The suspension on this motorcycle is fantastic and works well. I greatly appreciate that we are getting those Ducati shock absorbers again, but this time they are colored in black. When you press down on the motorcycle, you don't have to force anything, and the shock absorbers just do their job. Of course, you can also move the steering bar to control the direction of the motorcycle, which is an expected function. I greatly appreciate that we have a built-in stand. It is not your typical kickstand, and it works quite well. The motorcycle will not fall over easily. Moving this motorcycle and playing with it is an absolute blast. Not only do you get to watch the engine work, but you can play a fun game with your friends, who can launch this motorcycle the furthest before it eventually falls over. I have launched it hundreds of times, and it really is amazing to see just what kind of trajectory will the motorcycle take. Normally, licensed sets come with a ton of stickers related to the brand. However, this motorcycle uses 0. If you know nothing about Batman, this could easily pass as just a regular old unlicensed set. Of course, you could criticize the colored pins is ruining the black aesthetic, but specially colored pins are not something to be expected anyway. To me, the beauty of the set is that it's functional, looks fantastic even without stickers, it's fully black, and comes with a variety of interesting pieces that are quite new in the Technic inventory. If you're a fan of Technic motorcycles, I think this will be an excellent purchase. Although it is nowhere near as advanced as the Ducati Panigale motorcycle, I think that the Batman one is good enough considering it's $30 cheaper. Will you be buying this LEGO Technic motorcycle? Please let me know in the comments. This is your Unbrick Me here, and I'll see you in the next one.